Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and joining me to find out about my updates. I know you are a day later than normal, but it was a busy week last week, so we've got a lot to talk about. So let's just get started. I actually have me some notes for this so I don't forget anything, because I did have a lot. So this past week I did have some cross stitching. It was mainly only filler work. I don't know if you can really tell a difference. I can, because I know I don't have to cross stitch that anymore. So I'm getting things out of the way because I keep everything in my little project box here. This is my little reindeer here. This is going to be a Christmas stocking for my grandson. I did a lot of filler work up in this area. So that is all I got done on my cross stitch. It wasn't a lot, but it was filler work. So, you know, filler work probably takes more time than anything with cross stitching, but that's all the cross stitching I have. I have not got to my diamond painting because it is on my dining table and there are things on top of it. From where I'm still doing my reorg, I was trying to get more of that clean this weekend, and y'all probably saw, I don't know if y'all saw this video yet or not, but I kept hurting my knee. And so I've been trying to take it easy with my knee. So, okay, so now things that have been completed this week. You may or may not have seen these. I think this one you have seen. This is the test blocks for the Sewalong. The first one that we have, these are free patterns, is Lavender Fields. That is a Robert Kaufman pattern. And this is the block. And yes, y'all, I do know there was an easier way to do this. I should have put the sashing on the sides and then did the top and bottom with the cornerstones on them. But this is the Lavender Fields block. And both of these are contenders for the Sewalong. More information about that. The next block that I have done, I know you have not seen this video yet. You will see it later on this week. It's called Grandma's Scrap Quilt. I don't have a picture of that. It's just the pattern there. But this is the block. That is what I call that, a block. But you could have just, these are all individual blocks put together to make a beautiful, beautiful block there. So that one is also a contender. And you might not have been able to see that real good. Let me show that to you again. So, of course, I used my stitched and Christmas stitched line and the green and pink. I'm not real sure what that comes from. It was just a fat quarter that I had. Both of those were fat quarters that I had gotten in some thrifts. So, those are two things that I did complete this week. The next thing I have is my poppy cotton. Now, this is the 3rd month block that I completed, but I do not have a video for it, and there is a reason for that. The pattern and all was kind of a little difficult for me to understand, so I was having to stop and start and stop and start and go back and recut fabric. So I was like, I'm just going to work on this, get it done, see if I can figure it out. And I did. And I've got it completed. But this is the March block. It's that little blue bird. He's so cute. Now, of course, the blocks that we are doing on this sew-along are not the same as what is in the book. These were color coordinated by the shop that I'm getting it through. So just know that what it looks like on the book is going to be different than what it's going to turn out looking like. And this one here I do not have a picture of, but I'm sure you have seen it. It is the sparklers. This is Fat Quarter Shop's Liberty Box project, and I got that. I completed it in like 2 days. Got it to my long armor on Thursday because I knew I couldn't get it to her on Friday because I had my grandson, and Friday was a whole big mess. My vehicle was in the shop getting some recalls taken care of, and I had my grandson, so we only had my husband's car. And because his truck is down. It's an older truck, and he's having to replace belts and hoses and things. So he's got it taken apart, replacing all those things. So it's kind of down. But yeah, so I was like, I know I'm not going to get to take it. So I was rushing. I literally got it to her probably about 30 minutes before she closed shop. But it's at the Long Armors. And I imagine it'll be another week or two before I get it back. But that's okay. I would like to have it before the 4th of July. But if I don't, it's okay. I'll have it next 4th of July. So, but those are the things that I have completed this week. That I have worked on and completed. So now, checking my notes. These are things that are like block of the months that I will continually be working on. And let's get started with this first one here. Well, this is my Tree of Life. I am hashtag Team Woodland. This is the colorway that I am using. And we are currently waiting on clue 6 of 10. Now, this Tree of Life, that clue will ship on the 2nd, I believe, of July, which I'm so excited about that. But what's even more exciting is the Wild West. The very first clue, I think I read on the website, it ships on June 26th, so like tomorrow or the next day. So that is going to be so exciting. So excited about that. So that'll be the Wild West. The next thing that I have that's going monthly is that Country Blessings, or the Poppy Cotton. That is a monthly sew along. You get a block each month. And what I'm doing is trying to catch up because I was behind when I started it already. And I didn't start it until another month or so after that. But I'm on March, and we'll be getting the July one the first weekend of July. So I'm hoping to get another block done before then, and it will be the American flag, which I'm really excited about that. The next thing that we are working on, or I am working on, that is technically a block of the month. I can't really show it, the pattern, but you will recognize this, is the Peaceful Baskets. Now, I am still waiting on my June box, and it should be arriving tomorrow, which is Monday. So I'm really excited about getting that. So I will have that next block to complete, and the June Sew Sampler, that Peaceful Baskets. So I will have that I'll be working on also. So that's what we have. That's kind of our monthly things that will come each month. So I have, looks like 4 things. I have 4 things that are like block of the months. Now, the next thing. I have had this on my upcoming to-do list for about a month. Well, it's been longer than that, but my pressed flowers. Now, I know you're probably saying, yes, you have. When are you ever going to get this done? I have it on my schedule to cut the fabric Friday. So, wait, is it Friday? Because I have my no, I don't have my grandson this Friday. So, Friday. I plan on getting this one done, cut out Friday. Maybe I'll get it sewed Friday. I may not, but I will get it cut out Friday. So I need to finish this. Let me show you I will finish this. I haven't decided if I'm going to quilt it and bind it myself. I know I'll bind it, but I don't know about quilting it. I may take this to the long armor also. And if that's the case, I may have to wait another month until my budget renews. So, the next thing I have, oh, y'all, I've got a bunch of these. And, okay, this is my package of quilts that need to be quilted and bound. I'm probably just going to take a day and do what I can on getting these quilted and bound. This is my little bumblebee baby quilt, and this is going to be my backing. I've probably already showed this. But for accountability purposes, this is my boo table runner or wall hanger, and this is my boo background. So that is two that I need to quilt and bind. And last but not least, this is my bobbin blooms. And this is going to be my binding. And this is going to be my backing. These are from the Flower Girl line. So, those are all Flower Girls. And I know now I've got you way up there. So, those are... I'm probably going to have to take a day just to do the quilting for all of them. And then do the binding for all of them in a day. I don't know. I may end up taking my bobbin blooms to the long armor. So, that would be a couple of them that I have to take to the long armor, which when they're small, they're not very expensive, but when they get larger, they're a little more expensive. But those are the three that I have to quilt and bind. Now, I have two that all I'll need to do is bind. Now, I still have the Craftsman to bind. And when I get my sparklers back, the Fat Quarter Shop Liberty Box pattern, when I get that quilt back, it'll be quilted. All I have to do is bind it. And I have my binding already cut out and ready. So, those will be all I have there. Now, the next thing I have, y'all have seen this the past couple updates. But this is happening. It's all... I sat down and I made a schedule thinking, okay, I'll do this, this, and this day, and this day. And sometimes they're pretty lofty. I need to figure out, like this is going to take a whole day. I know it because I have to figure out all the ins and outs of my embroidery. I have used it a couple of times. So I have used it, and I did have an individual embroidery machine that it was not a sewing embroidery machine. It was just an embroidery machine. And I embroidered on it all the time. But this is what I want to do before the 4th of July. Now, I know I should have already had it done, so I could have actually put it up on my mantle, but it's not done. That's okay. I'll have it for next year. You know, and if all is well, I'll have it next year. But those are my actual projects that I have boxed up that are right here. But that's not all. Let me get some of these off of this so I can talk to you without them up here in my face. So now, these are my hopes and dreams. And we all know how that goes. I can say it as many times as I want to, but in actuality, I have to put it to practice. I am hoping to be able to go through everything in this room, which is going to be kind of hard. But my goal is to, like, all of this fabric here. Okay, I've got lots of fabrics. Lots and lots. There's like fat quarter bundles here. There's jelly rolls up here. There's individual fat quarters and small bundles down here. And then over on this side, I have yardage and layer cakes and projects. Okay, so my goal is to take a notebook and go by fat quarter and package the fat quarter with a pattern, and possibly go pick out backing or write down what I need for backing and start looking for good deals. Like, you can get pretty good deals right now on wide back, but find good deals and order the wide backs, or go pick it up, go get it. Get the binding, get everything needed to complete that project. Get it bagged up. Get the pattern in that bag. I want to write all of this down and have everything packaged together. So when I get ready to do something, I can just grab a bag, everything's there. I don't have to worry about it. That's the idea. That's going to be how I smash my stash. And for me, that's going to be the only way to do it, because I have a lot of fabric, and I am working on getting some of that down. If y'all haven't noticed, when I'm doing my little test blocks, I'm using a lot of it, and so far, most of the patterns that I have pulled, I will be using those. And I think my husband just let my kitty cat in. Oscar! Oscar! What are you doing? Come on. Yes, he let my kitty cat in. My kitty cat was missing me, so I have to... Come on. He may jump up here. He may not. But, so my plan... I see you, baby. My plan is to start pulling patterns and getting them ready instead of... I'm going to try to stay off of websites. That is so hard for me to do with Green Fairy Quilts because they have such great deals, daily deals every day. It's very hard not to go to their website and purchase fabric. But if I do, I need to have a pattern in mind and be ready to start quilting. So I was actually looking at like what I've done this year as far as quilts, not little things, but actual quilts. And that could be throw size, that could be wall. I did wall hangers, quilts, and I have done 7 already this year. That does not include my table toppers. That does not include, yeah, I'm sorry, my eye is glazing over here. I have it sitting over here. I think it, yeah, it doesn't include my 4th of July table topper that I did. It doesn't include anything like that. None of the little bags. But I've already done 7 because I'm thinking, I don't know if my Craftsman was done this year. I think it was though. But I've got like everything right here was done this year. So I have those 3. I have a carnival that's been done. So that's 4. Brave was last year. So that wasn't this year. I've got my, well, I've got so many done that, oh, I've got sparklers. I have to bind that. I have to bind Craftsman. I have to bind the bobbin blooms. So those are 3 right there. But so what I'm planning on doing is, the only thing new that I'm hoping to be getting is just my subscription boxes, which my Liberty box, my plan is to work that small project in that also. I will have worked everything in that box. So that is my plan, is to start knocking out my subscription boxes, the projects that I have in those, and knock some of these boxes out. You'll see I have, that's got boxes down there below that. Some of those is like the Pretty Poinsettia, the Creative Notion Barn Star blocks. I'm not ready to do those yet. And the Moda blockheads. I don't know that I'm going to do the Moda blockheads, but I have the fabric. Even if I want to just go and look at blocks and pick out individual blocks, I can do that. And, you know, I'll figure it out. But I have that fabric and I am going to use it. And it is probably going to be on the Moda blockheads. But I will have to print the patterns that I want, because I didn't like all of the blocks. I did like some of them, but I did not like some of them. But over here, under the basket, I have like little projects already in there that I just need to finish them and get them out of the way. I was able to take a project box out. It was the Open Gate quilt, because Open Gate quilt box, because I've got that done. My Open Gate quilt box was the table topper. It's done. So, you know, I'm getting, if I can complete them, then I'm able to take my boxes off. Like this one here. Once I complete this project, this box will be able to go. And that is my goal, is to start knocking these boxes out from down there and to start knocking some of my projects out. Because I would not have bought any of these fabrics and patterns unless I planned on making them. So now is the time for me to start hitting them. I also have my strip string quilt that I'm working back here that I will also be working on. And I am saving the fabrics, the red, white, and blues, to make a red, white, and blue string quilt. So I will have 2 quilts. I may put the red, white, and blue string quilt in my spare room on the foot of the bed for 4th of July. But, so let's see. Anything else? Y'all, I'm going down my notes here. Going down these notes, because I don't want to miss a thing. Okay. The sew-along. I've had a lot of questions about the sew-along. July 1, we will have, I believe July 1 is a Monday. So that Monday, we will have updates, sort of like we're doing today. We will have updates, and then I will announce the pattern that is being chosen for the sew-along. And for the sew-along, what we will do is I will release a video, I'm thinking every Saturday maybe. I normally release my videos at 5 p.m. So I will release a video every Saturday. The plan is to only sew for an hour and give y'all an hour of, you know, of my time there. And y'all see everything from beginning to end. Hopefully, I don't have to edit. Now, I will just tell you here lately, I've had to edit out coughs, sneezes, nose blowings. I don't want to see all of that. I won't subject you to that. And if I have to rip something out, you'll see that. We'll talk about it. And I wish there was another way that I could do it. I wish I could do Zoom for everybody, but I know that's not possible for everybody. So hopefully, Saturday evening, if you are able to, from 5 p.m. possibly to 6. It's according to how long this video ends up going, how long I sew, and how much I have to edit out. Now, like I said, I normally only edit silences, coughs, sneezes, interruptions. That's normally all I ever edit out. If I make a mistake, you see the mistake, because maybe you'll learn from my mistake. But I'm one of those, I have to make the mistake for it to click in my head why that is a mistake. So, but maybe if I make the mistake, and because I'm going to talk to myself and muddle through it. And yes, after I get off the video, I may go like I did with that block, that test block. I should have done it this way. It would have been so much easier. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to muddle through it. But being that I did the test block, I kind of have an idea of how a lot of it goes. So, and this is going to go through July and August. So if you have, and I may even do a live, guys. I don't know. Y'all tell me if Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm Central Time, so 5 p.m. Central Time. Y'all tell me if that's a good time or not. And, I've never done a live. I don't know that my internet would support a live. It may not, because we've been having a lot of trouble with it here lately. I'm losing connection all the time. It takes me 2-3 hours to upload a video. But with the Sewalong, I will have a Facebook group created. I may connect it with my Instagram. I have an Instagram, but I don't do anything on it. I don't know how to do it. I'm really not tech savvy. I'm doing good to have a YouTube page. But I will have a Facebook group also out for you. So I think that's about it. I think that's all of our updates there. So guys, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I am so excited to be able to do this. I know my grandmother used to quilt, and I think she had gotten to a point where she couldn't do it any longer. And I'm just happy that I can do it, and I enjoy it. And every quilt I make, I think, when I'm not here, when I'm gone, my family is going to have this to remember me by. And I still have a box of my grandmother's quilt tops that, once I kind of get things starting to slow down, I may be able to pick a day to do a video for that day of the week, and we'll go through her blocks and her quilt tops and just see what we can do. So guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I hope this has been a little bit of relaxation, laughter for you, and I really do appreciate you coming and joining me. And for everyone that has subscribed, I thank you so much. But leave a comment, tell me what you think. I know I'm not the only one that has this many projects going on at one time, because several of you have already told me that. But I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.